All right, brothers, we have Orestes with us today. Orestes, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, tell us your age, just tell us a little bit about what you do.
I'm a my faith. I'm a Christian. I do weightlifting and I just work typical American office job. And I'm in recovery for about 2 years now.
Okay,
With JK a year, but before that a year. So yeah, that's me.
awesome. So, what was it that made you want to come and become a part of the Reboot Intensive? What was going on in your life? You said you'd been in recovery for a year. What
hmm
made you go like, well, let me try out this Reboot Intensive thing?
For me, because I felt like I was lacking something, and I've been part of a 12-step group, which is called Celibate Recovery, and I
Mm,
I kept so for me I kept slipping, I kept relapsing, and I was like, what am I missing? And I technically never finished the 12-step, and I guess the final step was for me just like, all right, let me join JK's group, and I was like, it wasn't as expensive at the time. And I was like, I'm gonna do it. Like I want to better my life, and I was just tired of just laying in bed, and it's just this loop of just relapsing and relapsing. I just had enough of it. So that what kind of pushed me towards just investing in myself. That
mm,
amount of money too.
yeah. And I mean, was the program what you expected?
The porn reboot intensive.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, at the beginning, I was just like, is this just another just a bunch of webinars, and then I just like take notes? But no, it was very practical. And I took it. I had like 100% commitment. So my like I gotta read this book. So breaking the cycle was like great. And I just used a couple of the techniques, the dialogue, and asking yourself questions, and the feelings exercise. I never did that, so that was great, and that's what helped me just keep going further. And it was great. Yeah, the beginning. Yeah, I remember.
Okay. You just mentioned a few of the tools that you used for
Uh,
recovery. And I'm wondering, in your life outside recovery, just life in general, how has that impacted you? Has it sparked anything in you? Has it inspired you to do anything? Has it changed your regular day to day life in any way?
oh, definitely. I was more open because I was just used to like not sharing my feelings or being honest with myself or being who I am.
Mm.
It's just like I always thought people like, man, if they I'm just this guy that watches porn. If they really knew me, they'll be like, you sicko. But yeah, I learned to see in the beginning. I had this like, man, I'm seeing this person, this woman, and I was like, wow, you're a human like I am, and I felt like compelled to like just be open, and it felt great. And I felt more like a human being. I just felt great, and also I started releasing emotions. So I started going into that field, and it led me to going to Miami, right? I talked about that, and also to California, which is in Miami. I signed up for that experience in Miami.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then when I went there, man, it was it was like you just had to like experience that. That shit was awesome. Like they found
And
out.
you never went for stuff like this
Oh no, no, I would not. I was like spending like 4 grand for coaching, like live, going to California. It was like I spent like, to be honest with you, I spent like almost 5 grand, with
before.
tickets and Airbnb and everything. I
Mm,
was like, man, I find myself investing more in myself. I was like, wow, and I'm starting to love myself more, right?
mm,
But it was scary. There's always that fear there, though. But you just gotta push it. And yeah, so it caused me to be more masculine, I could say. And
yeah.
also, yeah, it pushed my boundaries for sure. If I was still in my addiction, I wouldn't have. Well, I'm still recovering, but if I was still like relapsing and just pity party this victim mentality, I
Mm.
would just I would just be that guy watching YouTube videos, JK's videos,
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
commenting.
yeah, dude, your energy is definitely it's very different from when you were in the program a few months ago. Like you're so much more confident, and I really mean that. You're so much more open. It's subtle, but it's something that I've seen year after year after year with guys. It's just that they just start coming into themselves more and believing that there's so much that they can do, and that's an awesome thing to see. I mean, there's a lot of people who listen to my podcast. There are a lot of people who watch my videos, read the blog posts. What would you say to one of those people who is out there going like, man, I'm doing okay on my own. I'm slipping every couple of weeks, but I am making progress. It's taking a long time. Is this intensive thing worth it? What would you say to somebody who is sitting on the fence because you've been there before?
Well, see, when someone like that, I would say, like, do you really want to take that next step? That I wouldn't say. I guess you could say leap of faith, because you might not know if it works for you or not. But you have to come to that point where do I really look at yourself 5 years from now? Do you want to see yourself like in your room, as you say, masturbation station, and just stay there for hours? Or do you want to live a more meaningful, impactful life? You don't know where this path's going to take you. For me, I didn't plan on being I'm in the field of like releasing emotions and energy, and it feels great. Like, just have some kind of purpose. But if you're clouded with lustful or just lustful thoughts, just pornography, it just clouds your vision, right? Your goal. Your heart's not open to anything. So I would say, are you willing to invest in yourself, or you just want to live a mediocre life, which I did for many years. But yeah, I would, take that step, and it's worth the money, trust me. And this group is great. There's many people that you can relate to someone in the group. Your problems are not unique to you. There's someone that's going through the same thing you are, or something similar at least. But yeah, man, I would just take that step. But like, what's stopping you? Ask yourself, what's really stopping you? Is it money? I took out a loan and did it, even though it was a small amount, but I still did it. I just did it. I just did it because what, man, I know this is an issue for me, and I was committed. I was like, what, this feels right. If I don't act on it now, not on pornography, right? But on this program, what, I'm not gonna do it later. So if you have that, like, wow, I'm passionate, I'm like, damn, this is it. Just do it at that moment, because your heart's telling you, hey, I need help. Just do it, man. Like, I have to say to that.
Yeah, dude, I think one of the characteristics of a lot of guys who join the program is that they're super resourceful. They all have that in common. Like, in their life, when something clicks, they're like, it clicks, this is it. They'll do whatever it takes to go in there. And like I always say, when I first invested in coaching over a decade ago, it literally was, the thing that was in my head was, don't worry about the decision. Just make the decision and make it right. Whatever happens, you're going to make it right. So that's cool. And I also love what you said about, which is very true, man. It's when you come into the program, you realize that your situation is not unique. You think it is because you've been dealing with it
by yourself,
alone. Yeah. You come in and you see some guy just shared this long post where he pours out his heart. And you're like, dude, that is me. I thought I was alone in this, so that's pretty awesome to see. Well, Orestes, how would you describe the entire program? You've been with us for a while. How would you describe it in one word? Just one word. Yeah. Just when you just feel yourself right now, let's take a moment.
Okay.
Feel yourself. What is the one word that describes the Reboot intensive process and everything you've been through over the past few months being in the program?
I would say because coming to me is like, just show up,
Show up. I like it.
Because you may not feel like doing the feelings exercise, right?
Yeah.
You know what? That's like your ego, right? Your ego is your big enemy here. Like, just show up and know that at the end of that light or the end of that tunnel, there's something good there. And you just have to believe, right? A little faith, it just takes a little bit of faith, and just believe, man. Like, just do it. I know there's more into it, but just follow these steps. JK, just trust this guy. You pay good money, and this guy's going to lead you to freedom if you're willing to, and you got to commit to yourself. And that's something just show up, man. Like, that's something I would say.
Yeah. The key would say you got to be willing and committed. I'm not a magician.
Yeah, that's why
that's the truth. All right. Well, dude, any other last thoughts, last words just from your heart for any of the guys out there struggling who are just like, man, just watching this video gives me hope, because hundreds or even thousands of men are going to watch this. So any last words for them?
I would say, if you've been doing it on your own for so long, that's what I did for many years. Even in recovery, it sounds weird, right? In 12-step, I never looked for an accountability partner. And that was one of the, I did have one, but it wasn't like a strong one.
Okay.
And I encourage you, like, if you've been doing this on your own and you still believe that, like, just analyze where you you came from and your results, right? And if it's the same thing, right? We call this insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would encourage you. You've been doing this alone, then it's not working. Then why not try something else, right? Like this program, and we'll give you, well, not me, right? But JK will give you a great accountability partner, or just a person, right? Human connection that you guys are the same struggle, and you guys will pick yourselves up, you know, when you fall down, and it's like a journey. It's great, and I would say that like just try finding help. If not with JK, then someone else, you know, because it's something you do need help. That's what I would say. I'm not, you know, I gotta be unbiased, right? Was it?
Oh yeah, yeah. No. Thank
It's
you.
something, yeah, something
Thank
like
you for saying
if it's
that.
not with JK, then someone, right? That's what I would say. Like it's not everyone's fit for JK's program, and I've seen that, right?
Oh yeah, you have. I would say I love the fact that you mentioned that because and thank you for sharing that, Orestes, because just that human connection and getting out of isolation is one of the first things that many porn addicts need to do. It's possible that you never would have ended up in the Reboot Intensive if you weren't in Celebrate Recovery in the first place. You
Oh,
know,
definitely.
it would have been like too intimidating. So thank you for sharing that, man. I appreciate it. We're gonna see you in the group. Thank you for taking out a few minutes from your Saturday to join me today, man. Thank you.
No problem, man. Have a good one.